Randy Orton, The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes in a shocking twist before WrestleMania 40. Drew McIntyre makes massive announcement on WWE Raw. Who is Nick Mysterio? Massive plans for Gunther, former champion, to finally get promising main roster push in 2024. Charlotte Flair shares update on WWE future days after surgery. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens joined Brock Lesnar in a special WWE list. Let's jump right into it. Drew McIntyre makes massive announcement on WWE Raw. Drew McIntyre made a major announcement on Monday Night Raw this week regarding the upcoming Royal Rumble event. The Scottish Warrior won the 30-man match in 2020 and went on to headline WrestleMania 36, which was held in the Performance Center in front of 0 fans. He defeated Brock Lesnar to win his first WWE Championship. Although he was champion for several months, he never held the gold in front of a live audience. On the latest episode of Raw, Drew McIntyre was involved in an in-ring segment with CM Punk. The two stars had a heated exchange on the mic, and during their back and forth, McIntyre announced that he'll be entering the 2024 Royal Rumble match. The other competitors that have been announced for the bout so far include Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Bobby Lashley, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Only one superstar will win the match, and they'll go on to WrestleMania 40, where they'll face a world champion of their choosing. Cody Rhodes and Punk are the favorites to win the Royal Rumble, but it'll be interesting to see which other names will be announced for the bout. Who is your pick for this year's Royal Rumble? Who is Nick Mysterio? Nick Mysterio is trending big time after R-Truth name-dropped him on WWE Raw. Fans might be wondering if the mystery person is related to Rey Mysterio. If you followed R-Truth's career, you probably know he's one of the funniest superstars on the WWE roster. To answer the question, Nick is none other than Rey Mysterio's son and Judgment Day member Dominic Mysterio. The former two-time NXT North American champion was hilariously referred to as Tom and Nick Mysterio by Truth during his vignette on WWE Raw Tonight. Now that JD is gone, we are real family now. Rhea, Finn, Priest, Tom, and Nick Mysterio. Even though I've never met Nick, he's still my brother. It is worth mentioning that the veteran joined the Judgment Day with a win over JD McDonough on the December 18, 2023 episode of The Red Brand. Truth beat McDonough in a loser leaves Judgment Day match that night. The Judgment Day was less than pleased with their supposed new members' attempt at improving their image on WWE Raw Tonight. Jiggy McDonough appeared to be the most irritated, but Damian Priest talked him out of doing anything. The Irish Ace ended up losing his singles match to R-Truth's former tag team partner, The Miz, later on in the show. WWE announced that the A-lister would team up with Truth to take on Damian Priest and Finn Balor next Monday. Massive plans for Gunther. WWE just provided an important update regarding Intercontinental Champion Gunther on Raw. Ever since winning the Intercontinental Championship in 2022, Gunther has been on an impressive run. He has held the title for over a year and even became the longest reigning IC champion of all time. During his reign, the Ring General had some of the most brutal matches on WWE television against the likes of Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Chad Gable. He has proven to be a workhorse champion who has defended his title valiantly against all opponents. Given the level at which he was performing for several months, the Ring General announced a couple of weeks ago on Raw that he was taking time off from WWE. This was much-needed time off for the champion. During his absence, a lot has happened as Giovanni Vinci suffered an injury to the head last week. Tonight on Raw, it was announced that Gunther would be making his return to Raw next week. It will be interesting to see how the Ring General handles Vinci's absence when he returns to Raw. Are you excited to see the IC champion return to Raw? Former champion to finally get promising main roster push in 2024. Tonight's edition of WWE Raw featured the Women's Tag Team Championship rematch between Kaden Carter and Katana Chance and challengers Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. The champions retained their titles following a miscommunication between Chelsea and Piper. It is possible Green could be headed toward her main roster push after the controversial ending to her tag team title match. Such endings are usually played out ahead of tag team implosion. It is worth mentioning that Piper Niven was not Chelsea Green's original partner. She appeared and declared herself a co-holder of the tag team titles following Sonya Deville's injury. Both women might declare for the women's 2024 Royal Rumble match following their loss on the January 8 episode of Monday Night Raw. It is worth mentioning that Bayley, Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, and Bianca Belair have already been announced for the high-stakes matchup. WWE made a major change to Chelsea Green's presentation several weeks before tonight's episode of The Red Brand. The company told Samantha Irvin to ditch her special introduction for the former women's tag team champions. The directive reportedly came from a WWE higher-up. It could be tied to the company's decision to push the 32-year-old as a solo superstar with a more serious gimmick. Chelsea has been playing a Karen-inspired character since she returned to the promotion at Royal Rumble 2023, It remains to be seen how Triple H will book the superstar following the conclusion of the tag team match this week. Charlotte Flair shares update on WWE future days after surgery. WWE superstar Charlotte Flair is working hard towards her in-ring return, and she's revealed just how optimistic she is about the future. The Queen has been out of action since suffering a torn ACL, NCL, and meniscus during a SmackDown loss to Asuka on December 8th. It was believed that she also hurt her neck in that match. Flair underwent surgery on January 4 with Dr. Dugas of Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center in Birmingham, Alabama. She checked in with a post-surgery statement to fans and footage from the first day of physical therapy, then posted more clips from day 2. Flair took to her Instagram stories today to post footage from the 4th day of therapy at Champion Sports Medicine in Birmingham. She tagged Dr. Kevin Wilk and seemed optimistic about the future. One of Flair's clips featured the song "I Call My Power Back" from Joy Plus Soul. At Wilk_Kevin New Day New Chance, she used the GIF. Flair, who recently inked a massive contract extension, is expected to miss most of 2024, but if she's lucky, she may be back in time for SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Her husband and former AEW star Andrade El Idolo is expected to return to WWE in the near future. WrestleMania 39 Night 1 saw Rhea Ripley defeat Charlotte Flair to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship, later reintroduced as the WWE Women's World Championship. The Eradicator recently appeared on Peacock's WWE Preview Special 2024 and said one of her favorite matches was the WrestleMania 39 win over the Queen. Ripley also discussed their chemistry and admitted that Flair is her kryptonite. "I take a lot of pride in that. To me, that is one of my favorite matches that I have been a part of. Every time Charlotte Flair and I have stepped into that ring together, we make magic. We clash to a point that I don't know who's going to come out on top because we leave everything we have in that ring, and it's real special to find someone that you have that connection with in the ring, and she's definitely my kryptonite. She's my #1 challenger. She's the person that I'm going to be fighting for the rest of my career until one of us is gone," Ripley said. Flair and Ripley have worked several singles and multi-woman matches since 2019. But another WrestleMania match would be a grandest stage of them all tiebreaker. Flair defeated Ripley for the NXT Championship at WrestleMania 36. Then the latter captured the SmackDown Women's title from Flair at WrestleMania 39. Where does the Flair versus Rhea Ripley feud rank on your list of all-time great WWE rivalries? Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens joined Brock Lesnar in a special WWE list. Roman Reigns and another top name are set to join a special list when they compete in their respective matches at the upcoming 2024 Royal Rumble PLE. At Royal Rumble 2024, 39-year-old Kevin Owens will take on Logan Paul with the latter's United States Championship on the line. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns will defend his undisputed WWE Universal title in a fatal 4-way match against Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles. Both men will compete in their 7th title match at the Royal Rumble event. The only superstars to achieve this feat are Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and The Miz. Superstars with 7 title matches at the yearly #Royal Rumble event. At Triple H, at Brock Lesnar, at Mike The Miz at the 2024 event, both at Fight Owens Fight, and at WWE Roman Reigns, joining the list as they each will be in their 7th title match at a WWE Royal Rumble event. Reigns interfered in a #1 contenders triple threat match on SmackDown, leading to Nick Aldis booking a fatal 4-way match for the Royal Rumble event. As per Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE's original plans for Reigns at Royal Rumble were to have him face Randy Orton in a singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal title. The original idea was Roman and Randy Orton for the Rumble. Essentially, there were parties involved who did not want to beat Randy Orton this early and just felt that there's money to be made with Randy Orton and Roman in a program at some point, but it's too soon to do it. But LA Knight just got beat and AJ isn't strong enough. I think AJ was the guy that they probably would have wanted because Roman can beat him, said Dave Meltzer. It remains to be seen if Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens emerge victorious in their respective bouts. Nonetheless, both men will enter an elite list when they enter the ring at WWE Royal Rumble 2024. Are you excited about the 2024 Royal Rumble PLE? Randy Orton, The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes in a shocking twist before WrestleMania 40. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray has proposed an intriguing idea for what WrestleMania 40's main event lineup could resemble. Following Cody Rhodes' devastating defeat against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, many anticipated the American Nightmare's resurgence as he aimed for another opportunity to challenge the undisputed WWE Universal Champion leading up to this year's Mania. However, with The Rock's recent return to Raw and the teasing of a potential feud with his cousin Roman Reigns, questions arose regarding Rhodes' opportunity to finish the story. Bully Ray seems to have an idea to resolve this situation. On a recent episode of Busted Open Radio, Ray proposed a scenario. Rhodes triumphs in the men's Royal Rumble match while Reigns retains his championship at the Royal Rumble. This sets up a showdown between Reigns and The Rock at Elimination Chamber, with the latter emerging victorious. Consequently, a triple threat match headlines WrestleMania 40, allowing Rhodes to finish his story by pinning The Rock. Ray suggests this plan would fulfill Rhodes' aspirations while also leaving potential future opponents, namely Reigns and Randy Orton, whom Rhodes hasn't pinned yet. Cody wins the Rumble. Now we get to Elimination Chamber. Rock versus Roman at Elimination Chamber. Rock wins. Rock is your Universal Champion. The match becomes Cody versus Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Cody pins The Rock. Coming out of WrestleMania, you now have two opponents for Cody Rhodes that he did not defeat. He never beat Randy, he never beat Roman. You have two quality opponents, main event opponents for Cody. Coming out of Mania, Bully Ray said, for more than 1,200 days, Roman Reigns has maintained his grip on the Universal Championship, making him the longest-reigning world champion in the modern era. Despite widespread beliefs that this record-breaking reign might conclude at WrestleMania 40 this year, Hall of Famer Kevin Nash holds a different perspective. He contends that the Tribal Chief could extend his championship reign significantly, potentially surpassing Hulk Hogan's record of 1,474 days. I don't see them taking the belt off of Seth, and I don't see them taking the belt off of Roman. And don't you think that they want Roman to pass the Hogan streak? I mean, there's no upside in having Dwayne "The Rock" go over, Nash stated. Whatever the scenario, the anticipation is high to witness what WWE has in store for the fans on the journey leading up to WrestleMania. What, in your opinion, should be the main event of WWE WrestleMania 40?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for